Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. I don't know what Abdul Qadir was talking about there, so I'm inspired him. I don't know that guy. Before we start, Jazakallah khair to our brother who read some verses for us. Because Quran is so important, I'll just say, In Sha Allah, there's 2 mistakes in there that maybe you guys can help each other. That's just because it's not something we shy away from, the Quran. I'll put it out there. So, a lot of people think that Jamal, JF inspires. This just came about, somebody just named me, JF. And then from there, alhamdulillah, many things happen. But my journey of inspiring, or my life changed when I was in this building. And I don't believe in coincidence, I believe in reasons. To come back, I walked in here, and I called me and I said no. I looked around and I saw lecture 002, and it was there where everything turned around for me. So, just a brief background. I started in 2008, Roehampton University. I did sports science and sociology, but that's what, I never graduated in sports science and sociology. So I did a module, I think it was called Questioning Citizenship, downstairs. And this is the time of the uprising. There was a lot of, there was a lot of issues in the Middle East. And then in that lecture downstairs, there was a documentary of an Egyptian guy. A big man, had a beard, father. He was abused in prison. And he says so many things. And with me, I'm not somebody who watches the TV or documentaries or videos. I'm not an emotional person. I never cry. So, but when I was watching this, I was at the back. I literally went to the seat where I was sitting at that day. And after I came out the class, I said to the teacher, this module, what course does it come under? Because it's not sociology. And she said to me, it's human rights, politics. I said, that's what I need to be doing. She said, why? I said, that guy's story touched me, and it was something, it was too deep because I can't even help him. Surely there's other people that I can help. And for it to hit me, it means my gift, Allah knows best, is to try and help people. And then walillah alhamd, that's what I graduated in, human rights, to the point that it was so personal for me, to the point that my lecturers, I still keep in contact with them now. They, even years after, they asked me to come back and do a master's in international relations or in human rights, postgrad, but I refused. I went on to do other things. Now, to come back here and to see you guys, wallahi, again, it's something very emotional to me. It's something very deep, and I'll tell you why. Nowadays in universities you have an ISoc, you have Somali society, Shia society, Asian society, Algerian, you have everything. When I was here, ISoc was barely existent. There was no one in the ISoc. Listen to me. For 1 year, there was you couldn't even find a brother to pray with. You couldn't find anyone. And with somebody who, I take my prayer very serious. So I'll pray with or without people. Jumu'ah, only majority of the people out there were staff. No students. And I said to myself, surely this has to change. This has to change. And one of the things I take my lessons from is the Prophet ﷺ. Because as much as you hear Allah referring to him and saying, he is a great example, wallahi, he is more than a great example. Because I said to myself, one human being changed the world. And because of Rasulullah, I received this message of Islam, I can get a few brothers together. So when I started, I had to do everything by myself. And this is what I'm saying to you. I'm sure there's many Muslim brothers in this university, but don't for 1 second feel some type of way. And when I was here, there was no sisters at all. In my second year, the sisters start coming. Now to come back here, and no, it's not me, it's from Allah. If I didn't revive the ISoc at that time, I don't know what would be here today. Really. Because when I started, after me came, Allah sent me 2 brothers. I speak to them till today. I call them, they're a gift from Allah. Because times were hard at that time. And I met Umar Hajjaj and Abdullah Green, Abdurrahim's son. So they came here. And then from there, alhamdulillah, it started growing. So imagine, I will do the Jummah myself. No students are there. Sometimes you think, is it enough people to do the Jummah? So it was hard times. Event. There was no point in doing an event because no one's going to turn up. But look today, don't overlook your small beginnings. Don't overlook the small beginning. I didn't even know I inspired the Qadir. I get this a lot, but I'm not saying it's me. This is a gift Allah has given me. This is a gift Allah has given me. Now, the reason why I say this is this. Everybody and everything that wants to destroy you attacks you in your head first. Everything and everybody that wants to destroy your goals starts off there. Because once you take the head away, that person doesn't exist. So when people were saying to me, Jamal, you're going to do this by yourself? I said 100%. I've got a role model. The messenger done it alone, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I know when I start this, there's going to be many obstacles. But I'm still going to do it. Now, why did I say everything that wants to destroy you starts on the head? I don't usually, I've never done this in my life, where I've given a talk to a few people and I've recited the Quran. But today, I'm going to recite a few verses. Because people think you're wearing jeans, you're wearing a hat, you know the Quran. It's alright. But again, my message, wallahi, people think you inspire us. I'm only bringing you back to Allah. That's what I'm doing. But if you see me with a thobe sitting down, there's a barrier. Now wallahi, listen, you're Muslims. I don't care what country you're from. No organization, no people are being attacked like Islam is. And yet you're still a Muslim. It tells you something about you. Your messenger, the Prophet ﷺ, saying, when he started his message and he was doing his, revelations and passing on, attacked in the head as well. By who? I'll tell you. Allah says in the Quran, all the surahs that you guys know, Allah says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Wad-duha, wal-layli idha saja, ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. This surah is, if not my most favorite surah, is amongst my favorite surahs. Wallahi, it's a deep surah. I want you to read the translation of the surah and the tafsir. You know why this surah was revealed? This surah was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ when he was at his lowest. It came at a time when there was no revelation. Allah didn't send any revelation. So guess what happened to him? the Quraysh, the Jews, whoever was around that time that was his enemy, said, you are not a messenger, you are the cursed one. Had you have been a messenger, your God would not have stopped the revelations coming that you claim is from God. Where is it? Show us. Imagine you claim to be this one person, you claim to do all of this, and yet there's no link. You can't go back. You don't know what's going on. They ask you, what's going on? And you're saying, I don't know. My God hasn't told me anything. The Prophet was so sick. Listen to this. You hear the Prophet stayed up all night and prayed. He fasted. He done all of this. During that period, the Prophet couldn't even get up and pray at night time. Did you know this? He couldn't, because it was too much pain for him to take. And this is why Allah sent the surah down, yes, as a motivation for us. Allah says, وَالضُّحَى. He's swearing here. He says, by the glorious morning, or by the glorious sunrise. Why? Then he says, وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى. And by the night that is still, motionless, doesn't move. مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى. Your Lord, Allah, did not forsake you, has not forsaken you. That's the first revelation that came after the long period when everybody was saying this to him. Why am I saying this to you? Why is it important to you? I'll tell you why it's important to you. You're all students. You're all studying. There will come a time where the subject you're studying becomes too hard for you. You have obstacles. Or whatever you're studying, you don't have support from your families. You don't have support from your friends. Or you fail your exam, you fail your assignment. You do an all-nighter. And then you don't see the end result. What do you do? What do you do? I tell you, wallahi, I had no intention of reading the surah to you today. The God knows I sent a presentation to him. But what happened to me in the last few days changed everything. This surah is so deep to you guys. Because there's a kid I know in City University, second year. Bright kid, Muslim. Studies night and day, all his life, A-star student. His mother called me and said, Jamal, I heard you speak to people. I heard, you're supposed to be this inspirational person. I request one favor from you. I said to her, Mom, go ahead. She said, I need you to come speak to my son. He has cut himself from the world. I said, why? She said, because he failed an exam twice after studying. And he's been paying for this course, the uni himself. And the university has said to him, you cannot come back next year until you redo this module. So a year gone down the drain. And he would have been the first person in his family to get a degree. 4 older than him didn't get a degree. So he took all this pressure on top of him. And I said to her, Insha Allah, should be okay, he's alright. She said, no. Bro, do you know how humiliating it is for a mom to call you or to speak to you and say to you, my son, he failed and he's given up on life. I don't know if he's going to be alive tomorrow. I said to her, what are you talking about? She said, I'm scared my son's going to commit suicide. It's deep. So what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So I went to the young man at his family house. Then I started speaking to him. Now, the problem is this. If you don't know how to bounce back from failure, or if you don't know how to bounce back from obstacles, wallahi, you're not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere in your life. When everything's attacking you, family look at you, you're a failure. You're looking at yourself, failure. Life, failure. What do? Allah says, "Duha." Get yourself out of that state. Get yourself out of that mindset. Now, I I graduated in uni 2012, like I said. Believe this, wallahi, and I take pride in it. And I left school without a single GCSE, not one C. Listen to this, not one C. I went to college, I did health and social care. Whatever happened, that's the course I managed to get on. For GCSE, I was getting letters that I thought, how'd you get X for a subject? Do you understand? So it wasn't even U and E or F or G. I got X. I was thinking, wow, what's going on here? So imagine, if I was a person who takes that failure and I don't know how to deal with it, I'll be destroyed. I said, no, I'm going to college. College, I applied for everything. Everything. I said, these grades, I don't know what they're going to get me into. But whatever it is, that's what I'm going to do. I managed to get into, I'm just giving you a brief background of who I am and why you need to listen to this. I went to college, did health and social care. And wallahi, you know what, I liked it. I thought it was a really good course. Because it's one of them courses that lead you into the hospital or social work and youth work, wherever it was. And I thought, this course is, I can do this. So I came, alhamdulillah, I got merit in that first year. So I said, boom, A-levels, B-Tech, health and social care. So I told my mum, alhamdulillah, mum, I've got merit, first thing I passed in my life. That's us. She looked at me, she said to me, over my dead body. I said to her, Mum, Hoya, what do you mean? She said, your sister is at uni studying nursing. She got to study nursing in uni because she done health and social care at college. So I never raised another nurse, not especially a boy. Don't embarrass me. I said to her, Mum, forget the nurse, this is the first thing that I passed. Let me do it. She said, no. You're going to become a nurse, that's a big embarrassment to us. I said, okay. And with me, alhamdulillah, let me tell you something. I never had issues with my parents. And that's another topic for another day. Now, I got into business, A-levels. I got U. Wallah, I'm telling you, bro. Take a lesson from my life. I got U. Then I went, my dad said to me, listen, let's not lie to ourselves. Books, it's not you. Go do something with your hands. Mechanics, plumbing or something. I said, okay. I did plumbing. I did mechanics. After 3 months, I dropped out. I said, no. One thing I know, I'm not changing oils. And that's not how I'm going to live. I'm meant to do something else. Because I didn't feel connected to it. Not that I'm better than that job. No, wallahi. I just didn't feel a connection. Clearly I felt that one as well because I dropped out, yeah? So I went on to do sports science. So imagine from high school to college, I've done 4 years, different subjects. Failing them. This kid I'm coming back to failed 1 exam. I got into uni, Roehampton University, through access course, and I did sports science and sociology. Do you think I passed that first year? I didn't, because again, it was hard. Sports science, there's a module called biomechanics. Bro, that thing is physics. I didn't even get C, I didn't even get F for GCSE. But when I watched that documentary in sociology module, it hit me, wallahi. I said to the teacher, that's who I am. That there is who I am. I said, I'm going to change. And alhamdulillah, check this now. How did I fail school, college, all the years, and manage to get a degree? When I was in year 11, my teacher brought 17 Muslim kids together in a room. And he said, you hear some of these stories now. He said, how many of your mothers have a degree? How many people think, put their hand up? No. He said, how many of your dads have a degree? No, put their hand up. He said, how many of your uncles? Listen, he went through the whole list. He said, grandmother, granddad, brother, sister, auntie, cousins. In all of that generations that he went through, only one person put their hand up and said, my older brother. He said, and that is the reason why all of you don't fail in life. 11, 15, bro. I was sitting there and I thought to myself, what the heck is going on? I'm a failure, no problem. But I'm looking at everyone thinking, bro, is this how we're going up? Is this who we are as Muslims? Wallahi, listen, I've never been humiliated like that in my life. I've never ever been humiliated like that in my life. Imagine someone bringing your family, put them in a room and embarrassing you. Not your mum, the whole chain. Not one person, everybody else. GCSE results day came. 17 kids. You know where this is going? Yeah? Only one person passed one subject. At least if you got 5 ATCs, it'll be good. Only one person passed one subject. Wallah, check this now. Out of that 17, how many do you think have a degree?
17. What?
2. And from the mercy of Allah, I happen to be one of them. So when I came to uni to study and I failed, I said to myself, I got married when I was in 2nd year, Roehampton University. The following year, my wife was expecting. Bro, uni was hard. Uni was tough. Every time I come to do something, it becomes hard. I think, oh, I can't do this, it's hard. But then I remembered, wallahi, I didn't get a degree. I did not get a degree so I could get a good job. That's not why I got a degree. I got a degree so no teacher in their life would humiliate my son in this country, bro. I'm just keeping it real with you. No teacher anywhere in the world can look at him and say, you're going to be a failure because your father doesn't have a degree. I'm not giving him any excuses. So when he came to study, I'm saying, bro, after I leave, I'm doing graduate scheme. Bro, I wasn't even thinking that far. I was thinking, bro, my son is going to walk with his head high, wherever he's going in the world. So when you have a reason to succeed, bro, when you have a goal, obstacles don't exist. Obstacles do not exist. So what's your reason for studying? What's your reason for doing your course? Because if you're doing a course and it's not something you want to do, and you're just doing it, when you fail that one exam, you're going to start being attacked right here. Right in the head. And if your willpower is not strong enough to fight back, you're done, bro. Failing is okay. You know what's worse? Going into depression mode. Because nobody's going to get you out of there. Listen, I've said this so many times. Being broke, having no money, being broke, mental illness, depression, all these three have one thing in common. It's a state of the mind. It's a state of the head. And you know what's deep? There's no medicine to cure it. I couldn't give you tablets to say, bro, you're broke. Here's tablets, you're going to get 5 bags. You're mentally ill. Here's a tablet, I'm going to fix you up. You're depressed. Take these syrup. There's nothing. All these medications they're given anyway is to try and help you, let you sleep and buy you time. Being broke, being depressed, mental illness, it's all in the head. And wallahi, only you have to get yourself out there. Nobody can get you out of there. Your mother couldn't get you out of there, bro. Your father, whoever could not get you out of that state. So when the Prophet ﷺ, when they told him, Allah hates you You are an evil person. What we've been saying all this time, that's who you are. Where do you think they were attacking? Right here. You have to get yourself out of there. Studying here at university is an opportunity of a lifetime. Studying, wallahi, is an opportunity of a lifetime. It's not necessarily that you get a degree and if you don't get a degree you're failing in life. No. But to be able to study at university level is something honourable. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. And take care of that opportunity in the lifetime of that opportunity, because you're here for 3 years, 4 years, some of you. I tell a lot of young people, you know, the worst thing for me wasn't failing year after year. Wallahi, it wasn't. If anything, that was a gift. The worst thing for you is not suffering all these years, seeing your mother raise you with other siblings. Your mother couldn't defend most of you in schools. She doesn't speak the language that they speak. She doesn't know the rights that they're violating. I've been humiliated so many times in front of my mother. The teacher's saying things and my mother doesn't understand. Getting burnt. And many of you lot have gone through the same thing. The worst thing on top of that is not to be raised upon benefits. Growing up, watching your mother claim child benefit, you know, these universal credits, what they have now, income support, housing benefit, watching your mom go to the town hall, filling in the application form for your mom. I know you do it. Helping your mom. This is what they said. Are they going to knock off £20 and your mom's going crazy? Everybody has gone through or is going through them things. And wallahi, the worst thing is not failing in life and it's not being raised up on benefits. You know what the worst thing is? Coming to university, you're given this opportunity, you don't do nothing with it, and you have to go back and raise your kids on income support. You have to fill in them forms for yourself. That's the worst thing that can happen to you. It's the worst thing, that you come here, you study all these courses, you meet different people, then you don't have the willpower to make it through. Then a few years later you are walking into the job centre and, bro, honour yourself. Honour yourself. Now, when I started speaking, I'm going to wrap up in about 5-10 minutes. So when I started speaking, I told my friends, listen, Allah has given me a gift. Now, the only way you're going to make it in life, a shortcut to making it in life is this. If you find your gift, you always have work. You always have work, because you hear these sayings, you can be fired from a job. You know, if you work, something happens to you, you die, next day your job's it's going to be online. They're going to post it, they don't care about you. The only way you're going to make it in life is if you find your gift. So a lot of the young people say to me, Jamal, what's your gift? My gift, I'm a speaker. And I knew this since I was a young boy. And from the praise and gift of Allah, that today I get paid to talk. I don't get paid because of my degree. I get paid to walk into buildings and inspire people or meet people. I didn't study speaking, but it's a gift Allah has given me. Because when I speak, I create a vibe in the room. I know it. When I speak, I make you feel some type of way. And this is from my parents. I speak to my mum. Words are something huge. But I don't know, what's your gift? You may be creative. You may be someone who likes drawing. You may be someone who's generous. You may be someone who is academic. I don't know where it is. Find your gift today, now. Start using it. One of the easiest ways to find it is, you've got brothers and sisters. One of you is talkative. The other one is generous. The other one is very, very, very good to his mother or his father. You're all different. Use that gift, because Allah gave you that gift. Use that gift to get back to Allah. I'm here to inspire you guys. Not because I'm a great speaker. No, wallahi, I'm here to speak at this ISoc because it is a means of me getting back close to Allah. It's a way back to Allah. So when I said to my friends, bro, I'm going to be a speaker. We're sitting in the coffee shop. And they said to me, nah, bro, you're not a speaker. I said, no, I am. You know, they said, yeah, you can talk to 2-3 of us, you're very good, but speaking to a group of people, I don't think you can do it. I said, I can, bro, and that's who I'm going to be. This is years after I got a degree. Then I was sitting in that coffee shop, I'll tell you a joke, I was sitting in that coffee shop, and then a Somali brother walks in, and we're saying, you know, there's conversation getting heated, and he said, what are you lot talking about? He said, oh, Jamal said he's going to be a speaker, motivational speaker. And then the guy said, what does that mean, motivational speaker? You couldn't even pronounce it. The brother translated that in Somali to him. He said, you know them people that just scream on the microphone? He said he wants to be that guy. And he said to me, he said, Yallah, stand up, start screaming then. I said, you guys are violating me. I said, but you know what? I'm still going to be a speaker. They said, you know, speak now. Wallahi, they put me under pressure. 4 of them, 3-4 of them. Speak now. In a coffee shop. I said, yeah? I said, boom. I'm not even going to talk too much. I said, I'm going to tell you a quick story and take this as a life lesson. I said, the Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, Allah said to him, build a ship in the middle of the desert. When he was building this ship, what do you think happened to him? People were mocking him, saying, you claim to be a messenger, but rather you are majnoon, you are crazy. Building a ship in the middle of a desert, you've lost it. I said, bro, I'm building a ship. See me? I'm building a ship. They said, you've gone mad. I said, yeah, but check this though. I said, when Allah sent a trial and tested the people of Noah, what saved them? I said, the ship. I said, today, when I'm saying to you, I want to be a speaker, you're mocking me. But tomorrow, wallahi, I said, from the blessings of Allah, I'm going to come back and I'm going to save a lot of people. They've put me on a platform that I don't need. Recently I did a documentary with BBC about knife crime, about why kids are stabbed or why kids stab. I've lost, in this year, I lost 4.5 kids. Why did I say half? One of my recent kids that I'm working with was stabbed 7 times last week. 7 times. He's in intensive care unit. I hope that he makes it through. But imagine losing 4 in 1 year. When a trial hits home, who did they call? When students need to be inspired, who do they call? Let me tell you something. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. Don't let anyone tell you you don't have what it takes to succeed. And 2 points before I finish. When I was younger, it's fine. When I was younger, I used to be talkative in school. I was not naughty. So when you hear 17 kids, all the Muslim kids failed, not because we were bad. I was more interested in playing football, pat ball and all these things. But in class, I'll talk, the teacher would say, hey, keep quiet, get out. I was that kid. Never rude to the teacher though. College, same thing. You talk too much, get out. Sometimes I will answer a question and the teacher will say, that was great. Can you now say that in English? Humiliated, bro. Imagine everyone's quiet. I know the answer, so I'm saying it. The teacher says that to you. I don't really care. I will say it again the next lesson. All this time, if somebody said to me, Jamal, Allah has given you a gift to a speaker from year 7, year 8, year 9, what do you think I would have done today? Now, I didn't get C's in school, but wallahi I took a life lesson from year 8 that I carry on with my shoulders till today. I did sports day, running 800 meters for my class. I had a Ghanaian teacher, Mr. Henry Pasanga. I will never forget him because that guy, wallahi, I hope Allah makes him a Muslim, because he taught me a life lesson that I carry with me today. 800 meters when you go around the lap twice. He said, I don't know if you can do it. I was a little bit chubby. So I said, no, sir, I've got this. He said, you know what? I get another person with you. So there's 2 people in the class. I'll get one that's athletic, so you don't embarrass us. I said, right, no problem. And me, I take these things on. I don't get upset. I said, all right, sir, let's go. He said, I've got one lesson for you though. He said, when you're running, you're going to be tired. He said, whatever you do, please, for me, don't drop out. When you get tired, even if you have to walk, and the whole crowd, the whole school's there. It was in the Christian Stadium, so it was a stadium. He said, even if you have to walk, he said, finish the race. Please, don't drop out. Wallahi, that was a life lesson. It was in my maths class he was saying this to me. So we started running. After the first lap, I'm just seeing people dropping out. I thought to myself, bro, I'm next. I said, but I have to do it after like 30 seconds because it's going to look a bit dodgy if I drop next to the guy. So I start running, another person dropped out. I said, well, I can't do this. I'm out. So I said, I'm going to come round and I'm going to drop. So I came near the fans, and for some reason when I'm looking into the crowd, all I can see was Mr. Henry Pasanga. Like that. I thought to myself, bro, this is nuts. I said, I'm looking at him. So he said, hit my head even if you have to walk. So I started slowing down, just, There's 8 people in the race. Another person dropped out. So I'm taking it easy. Let me tell you what happened at that race. I managed to finish the race. I was the last person to finish that race, but 3 people dropped out. Did I finish 5th or did I finish last? Stay in the race is my advice to you. Wallahi. Even if it takes you 5 years, 6 years, 7 years to finish the degree, stay in the race. Because I didn't finish last. I can argue I finished 5th. And I did. Because when they write the name down, wallahi, my name's not at the bottom. It's not. But if I never took that advice on, I would have been right at the bottom because I was the first person that, I can't do it. Yes? It's not that you don't have what it takes to succeed. Wallahi, you all have it. It's not that you don't have what it takes to succeed, but it's going to take everything that you have. Barakallahu feekum. I think it's time for more, In Sha Allah.